In this episode, we're reviewing the Star Wars series Boba Fett. What the heck, man? Why am I in this episode? I'm a Star Trek fan. Trekkie.
Same thing.
What did you just say?
Same thing.
They are not the same.
Nerd, nerd, nerd. Nefarious.
I'm Stark, Iron Man's cousin.
And I'm Great White.
And I'm Sarge.
And we're the Nefarious Nerds, and this is a Nefarious Nerds review. If you haven't seen the Boba Fett series, we're going to have spoilers, so we're telling you up front. What are your thumbs up for this series?
Well, I just happened to make a couple notes on this. So, first of all, like nostalgia. I like the way it feels. It feels like Star Wars. It feels like Empire Strikes Back. It feels like Return of the Jedi. Really enjoyed that aspect of it. Also like the backstory on the Sand People. Kind of rounding them out, showing that there was different tribes and there's more layers to the characters than random speeder shooters, attacking people on overrange. I like that they brought some of the stuff in from Clone Wars. I'm a big fan of Clone Wars. They brought Cad Bane in. Love Cad Bane. Nice touch. In case everybody doesn't know this, he's the one that taught Boba Fett to be a bounty hunter. I kind of like the return of the Rancor monster. Also like they threw the Hutts in there. Another throwback to the Clone Wars. They're a huge family. They're their own crime syndicate, like the syndicate they were dealing with during the series. I like that they threw a little stuff in there with Mando, Ahsoka, Grogu, Luke, and kind of show you what's going on. And the Wookiee. Black Chrysanthemum is awesome. He might have been the highlight of the show for me. I really like that character.
What are your thumbs up, Sarge?
The Sarlacc escape was one of my favorites. It's almost straight out of the book. A few subtle changes, but right in there. Like Great White said, the amount of aliens in this show, amazing. I could see a normal TV series having 3, maybe 4 different ones. We had dozens of different aliens, just like it should be on Tatooine. Another positive for me, the Rancor with Danny Trejo as the trainer.
Absolutely.
I just wish he would have been in the whole series instead of just the little bit part. Also, the Prometheus mapping drones that they used for the escape.
Oh,
when they got the Slave One back. Those, that's pretty awesome. Just throw something up in the air and we know where everything is now.
Nice.
Well, my thumbs up. Now, I have to say, I'm not a Star Wars. Do you guys even have a name? I'm a Star Trek. I'm a Trekkie. Do you have a name?
Not so much.
Okay.
Don't need one.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, the reason I don't care for Star Wars is that it seems like, all the movies were all around the Skywalkers, Skywalker this, Skywalker that. I got a little sick of the Skywalkers. To be honest, I don't know the Skywalkers did anything really good. Seems like to me what needs to happen is Kirk and Spock get in a starship, slingshot around the sun, time travel to this alternate Star Wars universe, and then go back in time and catch Anakin when he's in his pod racer and just pop, pop. And that's it. No Skywalkers terrorizing the galaxy. But that being said, that's why I enjoyed the series, was that it wasn't with the Skywalkers, it was with Boba Fett. I liked that you had the whole Tusken Raider part. You got to see Boba Fett go from a slave prisoner all the way up to a respected member of the tribe. I enjoyed how they had the train heist scene. It kind of reminded me of a old spaghetti western style type, movie from the past. And then I liked how at the end they all joined forces to stop the syndicate. Sarge, what do you think? What are your thumbs down about the series?
My thumbs down. First thing, there were 9 flashbacks in the series. Now, aside from the 9 flashbacks, we only had 4.5 episodes of actually Boba Fett. The rest was hijacked by the Mandalorian. Boba Fett, I love him as a character. He's supposed to be the biggest badass bounty hunter in the galaxy. But everybody beats him up. The Jawas beat him up and take his armor. Tusken children beat him up. The Tusken fighters beat him up. The Night Wind beats him up. And Black Chrysanthemum, he beats him up too. Which, that's a Wookiee, so we got to give him a little credit for that. But still, everybody beats him up. And if they're not doing that, he's being disrespected. The water farmer questions his authority. The Power Rangers gang several times question his authority, which I can kind of see that with the character. But again, the way some of those guys look when the Pike Syndicate shows up or someone else, they look completely terrified. Then here's Boba Fett. They know who he is. They know he's the crime boss. Just talk to him like he's some just factory worker somewhere. Hey, Bob, go back to work. But it is what it is. But Boba Fett looks weak throughout this whole series, and that just makes me sad. This was going to be one of the crowning jewels of the Star Wars series, in my view, and it just fell flat.
What do you think, Great White?
Well, I got to agree with Sarge on a couple of items here. And I'm going to put it real simple. Boba Fett was too nice. I wanted to see him thrash people like he did in The Mandalorian. When he got his armor back, he absolutely destroyed the stormtroopers. I mean, walked right through them like they weren't even there. I could have used some more of that. I also didn't like the fact, even though I said I liked it, the stuff with Mando, Luke, same thing Sarge said on that. It's the Boba Fett show. It's not the Mandalorian show. You got another season coming up. Wait your turn. And I think those are my main complaints.
For me, the problem I had was at the beginning when Boba Fett was in the Slee Stack pit.
Really? Stack? It's the Sarlacc.
That's what I meant.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
well, apparently being slowly digested over time does not result in weight loss. Because when Boba Fett came out of that pit, he was thick. I mean, he looked thick in his space long johns. Seriously, how is my old ass in better shape than Boba Fett? Okay? I mean, this man is supposed to, he's an actor. This is his job to look good and act. But, I mean, you don't have to be ripped, buddy. But you at least need to be toned, brah. Do you even lift, brah? The other part that didn't make sense to me is when the Mandalorian shows up in this series. He's on the space station, and he finds the female blacksmith Mandalorian and some other Mando guy. And the female blacksmith's like, hey, you want to join our Mando club? And the Mandalorian's like, okay, yeah. And she goes, well, have you taken your helmet off? And he goes, yeah. And then she goes, well, then you're out, Peckerwood. You can't be a part of our club. I mean, seriously, it's just her, one other freaking dude. She's a club of two. She can't be choosy about membership. Gotta be kidding me. If I was Mando, I would have said, see ya, Girl Scout. I'm out. So,
You make my heart hurt.
final thoughts. Let me ask you, Great White, what is your final thoughts on this series?
Overall, I liked it. I really, really did. But some of the problems are big problems. Boba Fett, like Sarge talked about, getting whooped by everybody. That's not the way it should go. Overall, though, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed the nostalgia. I'll give it a 6.
Sarge?
Like I said before, I really wanted this series to work, but I've got to give it a 5. There was too many things.
Well, overall, I enjoyed the series. It could have used more Kirk and Spock, but, whatever. Anyway, I give it a 7. Let's go to the nerdometer for the final score.
Nerd alert!
Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed our review.
I'm Great White.
Stark.
And I'm Sarge.
And we'll see you back here for our next review. Click this like and subscribe right now if you want to see more reviews about superhero movies and shows, Star Trek movies and shows, or Star Wars. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Star Wars. Hit that like and subscribe right now.